Hey guys, how's it going? So welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I will actually be revisiting a video I did in the past about this laptop. I still get a lot of questions on it, so I will do my best to answer as many as I can. So there's actually not that many, but I guess let's just get right into it. So if you're going to be pulling your laptop apart a lot of times, like me, I really recommend going out and get one of these kits. It makes it a lot easier. They give pretty much all the tools you really need to help get the panels off without damaging them. Like this kit was the iFixit Essential Kit, and it was 25 bucks. So in the long run for me, it's worth it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the back panel. It is held in by 7 screws. There's 4 in the back, and then 3 short screws in the front. Since now I got all the screws out, I'm going to take one of these open-end picks and slide it along this back groove to help separate the back panel from the rest of the computer. It takes a little bit to get them pretty much to pop up, but once you do, it's fairly easy to just pull up. You don't want to pull too hard, you still don't want to damage it, and as you see, it will just pop right off. So the question I got asked the most is, will a hard disk drive work instead of a solid state drive? And easy answer, yes, it will. So I will remove this solid state drive and replace it with a hard disk drive. There is an easier way to remove the expansion bay. There are 3 screws that are pretty much right into the motherboard, and if you would remove those, that whole bracket would pop up. I would do it in mine, but one of the screws is stripped out and I can't seem to get it out. So I have to do it this way instead. So the hard drive I have is actually from an older laptop. I repurposed it pretty much to hold old family photos, so it's just pretty much a backup in case I would crash my own computer. And as you can see, it fits pretty much snug right into the expansion bay. The only thing I had to do was run the little connector cable underneath the bracket instead. If you didn't, it would actually be protruding over the top, and I kind of did not want it to have it that way. So recently I just upgraded her NVMe to a Samsung 970 EVO. The brand it was in there before was a Toshiba something, I don't know. Bunch of numbers and letters, and really the only difference is it was a B key and the one I installed was an M key. An M key will work in this, as you can tell. It fits in there fine, and I guess it has enough PCI Express lanes to operate it. So another question I get a lot of is about cloning, and this laptop was very tricky to clone. I tried using Samsung's data migration and I could only get about 6-7 megabytes per second, which is very slow. So I pretty much had to come up with a different way to get all 105 gigabytes over. Okay, so the only way I could get her hard drive to clone is I had to use the M.2 enclosure, but I had to use a different cable, which is a USB-C to USB-C. And I had to use a different program as well. Instead of the Samsung data migration, I used Macrium Reflect. So I'll give a little rundown on that program. So this program is fairly simple to use. And as you see, it gives a rundown of all your drives hooked into your system. Here's the one out of my daughter's laptop. Here's my main drive, here's a spare, and then here's another spare. I would show you how I'd clone my main drive, but it will not fit on here since this is only pretty much has 238 gigs available, and just my Windows and whatever files are on here, it's 230. So I will actually use pretty much my backup one. So it's really easy to clone. All you do is select this here, clone disk, and it's gonna pretty much pull up all your partitions and you want to keep them in order. So then, actually, I could have selected this first, so go down here. And if there's something here, it's going to ask you to delete it, and there it goes. So drag that down. So you go in order, so 1, 2, and 3. And then if you have to resize anything, you can actually click on it and do clone properties. And then you see right here, you can shrink it or grow it, or you can hit maximum size or minimum size, or just hit the original size, because you want to make sure you utilize all the space available on the new or / old hard drives. And then after that, all you do is actually you hit next, next, and finish. And then it's going to bring up a prompt. Yeah, continue. Whatever. Oh, click this. There we go. And that's it. You just pretty much wait for it to go through all the prompts. This should actually be fairly quick. Yeah. Like, this is only going to take about 2-3 minutes, but I'm not going to bore you sitting through the whole thing. But usually once it's done, that's when you can disassemble your computer, take out whatever old hard drive you have in there, old M.2 or old SSD, and then you can replace it. And then all you have to do then is just pretty much go in the BIOS and just make sure it's going to boot off the right hard disk. So that's a lot of the questions I get revolving around this laptop. And if you have anything else, you could always leave them down in the comments. I will try my best to answer them. I am not a professional. I'm just pretty much a guy who enjoys working on computers, so. But I'd be glad to help in any way possible, so. So that's going to be it for today's video, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing. And that's pretty much it. So until the next one, thanks and bye.